In 1908, a small workshop owner took his 10-year-old son to a dusty racecourse in a little Italian town. For most, it was afternoon entertainment. For the boy, it was revelation. He heard engines howl, felt the crowd vibrate, smelled hot rubber and oil, and decided, right there, to build the greatest racing machines on Earth. The boy was Enzo Ferrari. The cars he would will into existence would become not just fast, but mythic. Fast forward through the century and look at what that spark became. Ferrari is the only brand to compete continuously in Formula One since 1950. It's Italy's rolling calling card. Fast, sleek, unmistakable. And the business is as extraordinary as the machines. In FY 2023, Mercedes sold approximately 2.49 million vehicles with approximately 170,000 employees. BMW sold approximately 2.5 million with approximately 154,500 employees. Ferrari? $60 billion. In other words, Ferrari sells a tiny fraction of the volume, yet commands the crown. The impossible part? When Enzo started, he had no money, no connections, and he built through the Great Depression and a world war. When he died, he was worth about $100 million and revered as one of engineering's giants. How? The story begins with adversity. Enzo dreamed of driving, but at 16 the world collapsed. World War I erupted. A deadly flu ripped through Italy. He lost both his father and brother. The family business crumbled. He left school, turned wrenches as a mechanic, even enlisted, anything to keep his mother afloat. In the middle of this chaos, he did the one thing he could control. He learned. He studied the way metal breathed, the way parts meshed, the way a machine failed and why. Peace returned in 1918, and at 22, Enzo joined Alfa Romeo as a driver. He wasn't just quick. He was indispensable, organizing, selling, leading. By 1924, he was managing Alfa's racing department. In 1929, he founded Scuderia Ferrari, a race team backed by Alfa. They'd supply cutting-edge kit. He'd deliver winning cars. Through the 1920s and 30s, silverware piled up. Then the floor vanished. Running a race division was too expensive. Enzo was pushed out and, insult to injury, barred from using his own name for 4 years. Most people would quit. Enzo chose war. He founded Auto Avio Costruzioni and set out to beat his old employer. History had other plans. 1939, World War II. Italy became a battlefield. Factories were bombed. People starved. No one cared about lap times. To survive, Enzo took military contracts. When his plant was bombed, he moved it. When it was bombed again, he rebuilt again. And even as he worked by day to keep the lights on, he carved out a secret corner of the workshop at night to keep designing cars. Passion isn't proven by the easy laps. It's what you do when everything you love is on fire. By 1947, the guns were silent, and Enzo made his move. He founded Ferrari and revealed the 125S, a candy red bullet with a jewel box 1.5-liter V12. It wasn't just pretty, it was physics done right. While ordinary cars of the day topped out around 60 to 80 miles per hour, the 125S could touch approximately 130 miles per hour, 210 kilometers per hour in 1947. More impressive was balance. Horsepower to weight? Add power and you add mass, bigger blocks, stronger rods, beefier cooling. But racing rewards the ratio, not the raw number. Alfa Romeo sat around approximately 60 horsepower per ton, BMW approximately 95 horsepower per ton. Ferrari and Maserati soared to approximately 181 and 229 horsepower per ton. The result? A car that leapt, turned, and braked like a predator. Ferrari entered Formula One in 1950. By 1952, they were world champions. On track, excellence to the eye, sculpture. Enzo's mandate was simple: a car fast enough for the podium and beautiful enough for a museum. Success brought a paradox. Ferrari's magic came from obsession, race programs, relentless R&D, tiny production runs. Legends like the 250 GTO were built in microscopic numbers, just 36, turning cars into talismans. Demand soared, supply didn't. The brand became a billionaire's grail, but the books bled. Enzo's ruthless management style didn't help. He stoked competition inside the garage, pitted drivers against each other, and the pressure sometimes ended in tragedy. By the late 1960s, Ferrari was on the brink. A deal with Ford fell apart. In 1969, Enzo sold 50% to Fiat. It was the lifeline he needed: stability for racing, resources for new models, and enough muscle to scale. Production rose from approximately 619 to approximately 1,246 cars. A modern factory took shape, and the trophy case exploded. Over 200 Grand Prix wins and 16 constructors' titles would follow, cementing Ferrari as F1's most storied team. Time, markets, and taste evolve. As decades rolled on, the next wave of wealth wanted more than lap times. They wanted theater, luxury, drama, presence. Enzo believed a car's beauty lived in its stopwatch, not its leather. The market disagreed. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity, it reminded him. So Ferrari widened its circle, partnering with the world-class designers. The result? Machines that performed like weapons and looked like dreams. In 1984 came the Testarossa, flat 12 Fury with slashes like gills, destined to become the best-selling Ferrari of the 20th century and a poster on a million walls. Enzo worked into his 90s, passing in 1988. His life's work roared on. A new era began under chairman Luca di Montezemolo. As Tim Cook systematized Apple after Jobs, Montezemolo professionalized Ferrari after Enzo, keeping the soul, scaling the system. Ferrari became not only an automaker and race team but a luxury house. The prancing horse now lives on perfumes, caps, jackets, priced like the myth they carry. In Dubai, a decathlon cap might run approximately 35 dirhams, a top-end Nike approximately 200 dirhams, a Scuderia Ferrari cap, AED 231. That pricing power, applied across merchandise, brings in hundreds of millions, roughly $572 million, with margins most fashion brands envy. From the Italian Job to Bad Boys to Fast and Furious, Ferrari became cinematic shorthand for "I've made it." And the halo effect. Our brains take a strong first impression and let it color everything else. The prefrontal cortex stitches the prancing horse to ideas of speed, art, exclusivity. So when you see that logo on a watch or jacket, you infer premium materials, superior build, and higher worth. Give someone 20,001 and the choice between Decathlon, Nike, and Ferrari. The mind prices the horse highest, even if the fabric is similar. That's brand gravity, and Ferrari wields it better than almost anyone. So why is Ferrari the greatest car in the world? Because it isn't just a car. It's a century-long proof that obsession can outlast catastrophe.